You know that guy? Who's the fucking CIA guy who's on all the fucking podcasts right now? Hold on. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy. CSL, I know you've seen this dude. The dude with the fucking, like, fro that he's always got pulled back. Teaches, but okay, something like that. Where is he? He'll be in it. Yeah. Yeah, this fucking dude. Hold on.
My name is
Yeah, this fucking dude. He runs a channel called Everyday Spy. How the CIA actually works. A year ago. Can I just straight out just go bullshit? I'm not in the CIA. I've never been in the CIA, unlike Tucker Carlson's dad. I haven't been. I'm not. Okay? I wish I was. The problem with that is, I guess, is that if you were, whether you're saying you were or you wouldn't, or you aren't, you could still be, I guess. I used to be, you know. Like CIA is like Mitch Hedberg on drugs. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too, right? Was Chuck Berry in the CIA? Barris, the guy from the Gong Show, you mean? But this guy, anyways, he does this everyday spy thing, and he's on all these things telling you how the CIA works and all these former CIA, like there's this video.
When this story hits the airwaves, it's going to transform people's opinion about the CIA and the depths to which CIA will dive to collect intelligence that protects Americans. So one of its own officers became a spy, reporting our secrets to a foreign adversary. My wife and I were included in an operation to bait the mole to make a mistake so that the mole could be found.
And it turned out that's because they thought you were the mole, stupid. Right. Excellent, crazy, insane alien. I guess technically that would be true. Anyways, on the one hand, why would I ever believe what he's saying is true? There's a bunch of people who get in the CIA and then wash out or are fired or whatever, and they go, I was in the CIA for 8 minutes, right? Before they found out, you know, or they're using you as bait, they're flopping you out. You're like the GLG 20s and Spies Like Us, right? But on the other hand, if you were in, why would I believe anything you say considering what your fucking job is? And that's not even holding that against him. I don't think a CIA agent, you know, you should be expected to be able to take them at face value. What a stupid fucking idea. I don't even know, like, any respectable CIA agent wouldn't want you to. Like, dude, I mean, I'm in the CIA, like, take everything I say with a grain of salt, of course. I would respect you more if you were like, I don't know, sounds like bullshit, buddy. Yeah, I call bullshit. And he's everywhere. It's just so lazy. Anyways, okay, so, fuck, man. This time flew by. It's because of that, my TED Talk at the beginning took up a lot of time. This is Mark Levin, who, according to, was that Fuentes who said, like, Mark Levin's nephew got somebody fired for going against Israel because because Pat Robertson was, Pat Buchanan was right this whole time, whatever it was. Okay, so Trump sinks drug boat. Okay, no, he didn't. And by the way, what the fuck boat is that? We all saw the video, and that ain't it. Nice try covering, though, where you're like, it doesn't look like an open boat, so you can assume there's something below deck. There was no below deck. It was just a fucking open fishing boat. So, anyways, Trump crushes Maduro's narco-terrorists with U.S. military might, says fucking dipshit.
Most side hustles. All hype.
Fucking AI.
This one.
Slop.
I did 20 years in the service. Retired, but I wasn't done.
See, Donald Trump does use our military against bad guys. And
sorry, you don't use the military against bad guys. And also, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know there were bad guys and it wasn't just a boat and that those guys were fucking scared because they didn't know who was telling them to stop?
that's what you're supposed to do with our...
No, you're supposed to, our military is supposed to face off against other militaries. That's why we have police and FBI and Interpol that we interact with.
Military. Use it against bad guys. You know, terrorists, Marxists, druggies.
Terrorist, Marxists, and druggies. No, we should not use the military against druggies, you fucking clown. Oh my God. All right, Mark Levin, I'm assuming that not only does he smell almonds, but anyone around him can smell it too.
We're trying to ship drugs into the United States of America?
That boat wasn't going to America, dumbass. You have no idea what was in it. No idea. Like, I'm not even going to start playing with these motherfuckers that they knew who was in it, knew where those people were going, and that they deserved to die. No, it was murder because you didn't check. That's still murder. Assuming someone is awful and firing into their fucking car and then finding out later they were innocent, or finding out later you had no right to assume they were guilty, is still fucking murder.
Donald Trump says peace through strength. He doesn't say peace, let's all smoke pot. Peace through strength. Strength. Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ. Okay, he clearly got marching orders. This is, I mean, you gotta be reading like, okay, this is how we've got to explain the murder of 11 people and the blowing up of a boat in international waters where we had no declared embargo.
Does use our military.
No, he doesn't. He turns some of our military into a hit squad.
Against bad guys. And that's what you're supposed to do with our military. Use it against bad guys. You know, terrorists or Marxists.
Again, what the fuck? Marxists? No, you don't get to use the military against people because of their ideology. The fuck are you talking about? Good God, man. Yeah, right. You might as well say Zionists then, or fucking the Amish.
Or druggies who are trying to ship drugs into the United States of America. Yeah.
You have no evidence that that's what was happening. What we said, Biden did it. If he said Biden did it, they would say he was trying to cover for the fact that his mind was slipping. And yeah, Jesus.
Donald Trump says peace through strength. He doesn't say peace, let's all smoke pot.
They literally are talking about trying to change the classification of pot nationwide, and that's a fight going on in the Republican Party, in the administration right now. They think this is gonna help them in the next election to change the classification of pot.
Peace through strength. Strength. So we have this guy named Maduro. He inherited Venezuela from Hugo Chavez. Maduro is a pig. He's a Stalinist, just like Chavez was. They're
So what?
called communist Marxists. And he's a multi-billionaire, and Chavez died a multi-billionaire, and he left the money to his kids. They're multi-billionaires. Meanwhile, the people in Venezuela are starving to death.
Does that mean you're a really good Marxist or a really bad Marxist?
Not a hell of a lot they can do about it, but try to escape, of course, to our country, because they pay off militias that are in neighborhoods and communities. They go through the neighborhoods and terrorize people and brutalize people.
No, the drug gangs have been doing this. The militias don't do that. Jesus. Like, he's just, what he's doing? He's just taking details from any rando South American country and part of a Chuck Norris movie he saw once and just throwing it all together because fuck, who gives a shit about facts or reality?
And this is the great struggle, of the Islamists and the Marxists in the United States.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's not even the argument of what's going on in Venezuela. The concept is, it is a narco state. It's simply a mafia-run kleptocracy. Just like Russia. That's the argument. Stop trying to sell books on 11 dead people in a fishing boat.
States and throughout the world to bring paradise of the sort that they have in Venezuela. And
Venezuela? He's been talking to Trump. He's going to say China next.
Of course, they talk about equality. Well, there is equality if you're not part of the ruling class. Equality, you're all poor as hell. You're all starving to death. And this is a country, Venezuela, that was the wealthiest country in our hemisphere behind us.
Holy shit, this is boring. How can you be so, like, vile and incendiary in your rhetoric and be boring? It's a talent. It's very impressive. I gotta say, I couldn't do it. I couldn't say wild, disassociated, sociopathic horseshit like this and be boring, and in an NPR voice. How do you even? That's amazing.
Number two,
Yes. Well, that's how I would describe this entire show.
of its massive oil production and reserves and so forth. So they turned the wealthiest, second wealthiest country into
I can't.
the poorest.
This is fucking
You might
good lord.
say, well, that reminds me of California. Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. Try harder. You jittery bastard. Yeah, exactly. No, not exactly, you motherfucker. So what's the argument? There are druggies in California, so Trump can fucking park a nuclear sub off of San Francisco, you fucking tit. Oh my God. All right. Quick jump to the next one. By the way, hit the like, share the show. It's House Sparks Mega Worldwide. We haven't seen Mike Pillow in a while, and they only have him, I think, to sell. Like they let him come on and espouse the show. Look at Bannon already looking over at the video of Lindell, going, this fucking guy. But he pays the bills, so they got to let him on. And this is
You've got food,
you got
you've
AI
got supplies.
You got AI slop.
but what about income backup?
Well, what about chafing cream?
Social
Yeah.
Security? Delayed? Pensions? Shrinking?
You have a
but this-
moldy garage door?
Mike Lindell, they've tried to destroy you, but you're indestructible. Tell us.
I don't think destruction was the thing. I think he folded on his own.
Where, first off, the big news coming out of Michigan today that the Lecter's case has been dropped. We need to do that in Nevada, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona, right? Those are the big four left. Your thoughts, Mike Lindell?
Well, first of all, Christina, you are such a brave hero. I just got it's so good to see.
Oh, he's crushing. Oh, it's so good, It makes me do my weird lip thing there, Oh, Chris, I'm sorry you can't go anywhere near the White House because they stomp all over you, but if you ever want to move up here to Minnesota, I can set up a section of the warehouse for you. Oh, maybe like a glass cage where you can shower. Yikes.
I love you, Mike.
Steve, this is what, like Christina said, these were scare tactics lawfare used that hadn't been used since the 1700s to this magnitude.
Well, they haven't had to use them. I mean, consider you're a generational level asshole.
Our country, probably anywhere in the world in history, they
No, really. Other places, I guess they just chop you up.
used it to scare everybody, to bankrupt everybody. And this happening in Michigan today, that judge making that ruling, you guys, it's like this will, I believe it'll set a precedence. We have broke through the biggest cover-up of the biggest crime the world has ever seen.
Yeah, I doubt it. Hold on. What, they just dropped the thing because the litigants weren't necessary? They won everywhere else? Michigan, Lindell, court, something like that. Michigan, Lindell, court, voting, something. Federal rule does. Oh, okay. He doesn't have to pay the. Is this the July 24th? Is this what we're doing? No, okay. This is him coming over. Okay, so federal court rules. Because he doesn't have to pay the prove Mike Lindell wrong guy because the guy beat him. Michigan court case, the lawsuits really related to Lindell and election fraud taking place in other states. Here's some other Colorado defamation, prove Mike wrong contest. In July 2025, federal appeals court ruled that Lindell does not have to pay $5 million prize money to a software developer who won his prove Mike wrong challenge in 2021. The court overturned an arbitration panel's decision siding with Lindell. I guess that's what they're talking about. Yeah, and they appealed it. Appeals court hands the win fight over 5 minutes. Yeah, so the guy will still beat him, but now he doesn't have to pay the money. It's not going to set any tone.
They tried to take our country without firing.
Is he talking about the fake electors? Hold on. Fake electors case, Michigan. Dismiss the charges again. Okay, that's what it is. Who signed papers saying Trump won in 2020. Michigan State Institute dismissed charges against fake electors who signed certificates falsely. Oh, hold on one second. What do you think of the yeah buts? Let's see. The group includes current former GOP officials, a Republican National Committee member, a mayor, school board member, and Trump supporters who were the plaintiffs in a frivolous lawsuit that tried to overturn 2020 results. Each was facing 8 charges. This is a fraud case, and we have to prove intent. I don't believe that there's evidence sufficient to prove intent, Judge Kristen Simmons said from the bench on Tuesday in her Lansing Court. And the ruling ends the criminal prosecutions that sought to punish state-level actors for ignoring the popular vote results. The outcome is a staggering blow to efforts to hold the 2020 fake electors and their allies accountable, though they're still pending cases in Nevada. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Some of the other ones against the fake electors thing stalled. Hold on, Judge, what's her name? Judge Kristen Simmons. Hold on one second. Well, I think Trump's going to have it's going to be a difficult moment for Trump. He won't know how to feel against this. That's her. That's the judge who said you can't prove intent, and so now Trump's going to pretend he likes black women in positions of power for like a week.
Shot. Now this is, I won the $5 million challenge just a few months ago.
No, you didn't. You didn't have to pay the guy. You could welch on the bet. You had the right to welch on the bet, is what they gave you.
You see,
still lost the actual challenge.
These lawfare is going to start crumbling. They don't. Back then, they needed to use these scare tactics. But one of the things I want to say, Steve, is as we move forward, everybody, as these things start happening, we have to get the word out that, yes, this really happened in 2020 and other elections. Our elections are the worst of any place in the world.
Well, after the election of Donald Trump, I think more people will agree with you, but for different reasons.
And we have to secure them. I just talked to the president the other day about this. We need everybody to spread the word. As these things start happening, this should be big news. And you're not going to see this news on Fox News, everybody.
Yeah, Fox. Those guys. I mean, you and me, brother, look, those are assholes over there. You're absolutely right. Thank you for bringing it up, finally.
You're not. Okay, you need to see this news. Hey, these guys were charged, and they were charged, and it was all fake. It was all false. It was all
Nope, it wasn't fake. It wasn't all false. They just couldn't prove intent because they didn't have access to their communications, because more than likely they had those communications in person. So they didn't have records to show the intent to defraud the election. You can actually, technically speaking, you could... your defense could be, Your Honor, I was a gullible asshole. I wasn't lying. I was stupid. That was their defense. And you can't argue with it because they're standing right in front of you. They certainly look fucking stupid.
And all the people that are still sitting out there with all this lawfare against them, I still got $2-3 billion worth of lawsuits against me with these machine companies, but they push them.
Yeah, you're gonna lose those.
Years, and and they're all gonna go away. But
no, they're not.
We have to spread the word so that when our great president comes out with the plan that is coming soon to
totally
secure our elections and get to where we need to, like all the other countries that don't have computers and use paper ballots hand counted, that everyone in the country wants the same thing of the people. I don't care what party you're in. The people have to be behind this and see what happened.
Mike, I got to ask you, just because you've been hit so hard on this too, and so many media articles have come out against you, with the amount of...
And videos mocking the shit out of him, I'd like to say for the record.
attacks that you got back in 2020, 2021, really up until present, with all of the articles and the stories coming out against you, when you won your $5 million issue and when you've...
He didn't. He didn't. The court gave him the right to renege on the contest. He didn't win. Basically they found that he didn't. The guy actually did win. The guy did prove him wrong. He just doesn't have to pay the guy.
Getting these victories, have you seen the same amount of media interest in your victories?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I was surprised, though, when it did come out, the $5 million check. It did get some coverage, but you'd think that would have been the first thing on your Fox Newses or your news.
No, I wouldn't. No one would. The part where you got bested in that. Hold on one second. Let's see. Mike Pillow 5 million. Yeah, it was an appeal. Let's see. The Eighth Court reversed a lower court's ruling. The appeals judge wrote a 12-page decision that a panel of arbiters went too far in requiring Lindell to pay a man who offered proof that cyber data used by 2020 election deniers was invalid. In 2021, he held his out to prove Mike wrong. That put up $5 million reward to anyone who could prove him. Lindell is a staunch ally. Software developer Robert Zeidman concluded the data provided wasn't valid and spelled out the reasons in a report submitted during the contest. But when he didn't get the prize, he claimed breach of contract by the Lindell Management LLC entity that set up to run an event. He went to arbitration, and after a 3-day hearing, was awarded the money. Lindell went to court, lost the first round, but Wednesday's appeal court ruling takes Lindell off the hook, barring additional court review. They celebrated the ruling and pleading that this is a miracle and is righteous and blah, blah, blah. Zelman and his attorney, Brian Glasser, maintained that the prior decision held more weight because it came from 3 arbiters who had heard all the evidence, including one appointed by Mr. Lindell. He said next steps are under discussion. Lindell faces hefty legal judgments over discredited 2020 election claims. Yeah, so they didn't prove that he found an appeals judge that was friendly to Trump that basically said that overruled the arbitration, that they didn't have the right to do that, to rule on it, even though that's what the contract actually said. He didn't fucking win. It's still true that guy proved he was wrong.
Going, hey, look at Mike Lindell. It was all true. His evidence is true. It is.
Nope. And by the way, I would like to say he should be as ashamed telling this lie, wearing that cross around his neck, as Caroline Levitt should be when she does. That's a lie. What he just told you. I just told you what's actually in the ruling. This had nothing to do with his evidence. When the evidence was heard, that guy, the arbitration board, including the guy appointed by Lindell and these other independent people, he didn't get to pick one of the people in the arbitration at all. Those 3 people said, yep, it meets all the standards. You got to pay him the money. And the appeals court overturned it because they didn't have the right to do it. Because Lindell basically, he lost the first round, and then they found a favorable court that liked Trump. So, bullshit. It's a lie to say that the evidence was, adjudicated and Mike Lindell was found right. That's a lie. Even if in the future he would, even if he could say he would eventually have been found to be telling the truth or that he was right, that's not what happened here, and he's lying right now. Mike Pillow is a liar.
Good, but you don't see that right now when they're kind of on to me. Where they attack me, and I use that to get the word out. So, of lately, the media is not attacking me.
In their defense, you are boring. So there's that. I got to tell you, there was a point where we chased down some of his shit. I don't even know. Here, let me look this up. See is Lindell TV still around? Fuck me. Yeah, there it is. It's where fucking Silk has her Diamond and Silk show. It's Rudy posts his bloggy thing. Yeah, this is just ass. The Rudy Giuliani show is on there, and it's just like one of the places they put a Diamond and Silk, the Dr. Maria, The Absolute Truth with Emerald Robinson, The Hope Report. This is from sketchy BitChute shit. Maha with Mike. Oh, God. DC Dispatch. Wait, we got to check in on DC. Remarkable People podcast or whatever. So what's this? Colonel McGregor scores Trump's Law and Order blitz and foreign policy shakeup. Trump revives Christian foundations. Chess or Treachery. Decoding DJT's dance with Gates and Zuckerberg. Oh, let's see. I want to see what. Hold on. Is this?
Big retailers don't want you to have
Shut
this
up.
zoom lens, but there's nothing they
Why
can
is
do to
this not-
stop it. So there's this new superpower.
God damn. Simmer the fuck down. This is just on Rumble.
It is interesting, though.
Make sure we don't upset our sponsor.
No.
There's no other explanation for it. To watch a news program that so heavily only shows the one side and cuts it off to show the other side, to show the retorts. I mean, we played both sides here just yesterday. We had the people attacking him, and then we had his comeback. It's not like we only played his comebacks. I mean, this is...
Well, you can't. It wouldn't make any fucking sense, right? I guess, if somebody's rhetorically answering... Yeah, this is definitely a rabbit hole.
This is just how deceitful legacy media is. It's disgusting. I'm sure
So disgusting.
our Kara Castronova has an opinion on this. She is live there in the swamp. Kara,
president
what
later this
a
afternoon.
demoralizing thing, though, to see RFK Jr. killing it there, and then later that evening, to see Trump flanked by Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg.
I know. I'd feel betrayed if I was allowed.
It definitely was demoralizing and a shocking image, I think, to see President Trump flanked by those two people that MAGA just despises.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. My mistake. You assholes think he gives a fuck about what you think still. Really? Really? You're still there. You still think he considers, well, maggots might not like this. He's done with you assholes. He's not running again, you dumb shit.
Maha, obviously. I got so many text messages from various people that I've worked with through the years with Medical Freedom saying, what's going on with President Trump? Why is he trusting Bill Gates and bringing
Yeah, what's going on?
him into the fold? Is it 3D
Into the fold. You think he was ever not in the fold?
chess or 5D chess? A lot of people think maybe it's just Trump trying to bring his enemies closer.
Yeah, that's what he is. He lets him sit right next to Melania so he can shiv them. Aha! You don't know this, but I'm his assassin. Quick.
Or what's going on? Is he buying Bill Gates line of what? I don't know what the situation is.
No, I don't think he's buying Bill Gates' line of what. I think he's hoping Bill Gates will buy some of his crypto.
But Bill Gates was really kissing the ring, really trying to cozy up to the president. Maybe he wants to be the
Trying? He was at a table of tech billionaires to talk about fucking AI and where stuff is going. He's retired from Microsoft and he's still sitting right next to Melania after everybody knows full well that there's only one other person that's equally as tied up with Epstein as Trump is, and that's Bill Gates. Bill Gates, his fucking wife was he hung out with Epstein after he was arrested. His wife was this dude just had a blind spot for hanging out and partying with this motherfucker. Way beyond Clinton or anybody else.
Elon Musk, who knows? But here is a clip of Bill Gates talking about Operation Warp Speed and all the medical advances.
Excuse me. It's Operation Fartsteed, and don't forget.
Captain's log.
Okay.
That he plans on working with the president.
Well, I'm in the second phase of my career, giving away all the wonderful money that Satya's good work has helped multiply a lot. But I think the thing that ties my first career that I still spend some time on because AI is so phenomenal, and my second career is innovation, innovating in health in areas like vaccines or gene editing, and the president and I are talking about taking American innovation to the next level to cure and even eradicate some of these diseases. He mentioned polio.
Look at Trump. Yep, I'm gonna get that Nobel Prize. Fuck you, maggots.
Captain's log.
All right.
Which is one that we're close. We don't need new science on that one. For some like HIV and sickle cell, we do need new science, but the U.S. Has the seeds that in the same way that warp speed took those seeds and put them together.
Captain's log.
I think something fantastic can be done. AI for our foundation is that we want a doctor for everyone in Africa through AI. We want farmers to have.
Notice what he said, a doctor for everyone in Africa. Trump did his, I don't know about that waddle. What? Check this out. I seriously. Back up. What is this doing over here?
Incredible advice, and kids to have fantastic. For some like HIV and sickle cell, we do need new science.
Watch Trump when he says a doctor for everyone in Africa.
But the U.S. Has the seeds that in the same way that warp speed took those seeds and put them together, I think something fantastic can be done. AI for our foundation is that we want a doctor for everyone in Africa through AI. We want farmers to have incredible advice.
Did you see that? Like, I don't know about that. Either that or there's a strong possibility that he just beefed one on Melania. That's also a possibility. I don't want to immediately assume that he's just like, Africa? Why was there a fucking doctor in Africa? Why the fuck do we give doctors to those people?
And, kids to have a chance to learn. So the work being done by the people at this table is changing the world. It's, coming fast, so it's great. We all get together and talk about how the U.S. can lead in this key area and apply it even to the poorest outside the U.S. as well as to our great citizens. So thank you for incredible leadership, including getting this group together.
So gross, Kara.
It's so gross. It's fucking disgusting. And he said gene editing right there to the president's face, and the president was like nodding. And the only time he had a moment where he was like, fuck that, I could tell if he had fuck that in his eyes, was when he said something about like helping people in Africa. So that makes me feel better.
The president and I. It's like the president and I. It's just like really disgusting, and especially.
I feel like I'm so glad we went down this fucking Lindell rabbit hole. I had no idea there was this whole like, oh my god, what the fuck that's happening around Trump and the crusty MAGA sphere. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck?
After you played that old soundbite of him speaking very ill of President Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. now acting like they're a BFF and they're going to be working on all these malaria vaccines to kill.
Gee, it's almost like Trump is both a terrible judge of character and completely transactional as a human being. What a piece of shit. Welcome aboard, ladies.
Kids in the Philippines. It's absurd. And it has a lot of people really, really upset, like real.
I just want you to, I wanted to leave you with this tonight, kids. It was all part of the plan, that I wanted you to go to sleep tonight knowing that somewhere out there, and this will lull you to sleep tonight, somewhere out there in the peripheral crust of the MAGA sphere, there's discontent brewing all over the place. They're finding dozens of new ways to get really paranoid and hate Trump's guts. And that, in and of itself, should make you sleep like a fucking baby tonight. That has been my goal, is to help you relax and understand that there are a lot of moving parts out there, and in the case of the fucking this Trump jalopy, the wheels are fucking coming off this thing, even among them. Because would it be a surprise for me to question, like, what the fuck is he after all he said, and Zuckerbucks and all that shit, there's Zuckerberg sitting with him. Isn't it ironic, and isn't it duplicitous? Isn't he talking out of both sides of it? Like, if I pointed out or you pointed out, who gives a shit amongst the maggot faithful? But these folks are like, what is he doing? Oh my god, why is he there? Like, he's there. Like, they're having dinner. And And he's like right next to him, okay? And he's like, what is going on? So I gotta turn it and I'm like watching him like, why is he having dinner with these tech billionaires to start with? And then I turn it and it's like, oh my God. I'm like, maybe he and Elon are getting back together and that'll be fine, even though I'm not sure, but I'm very upset about it, but it might be okay. And then he comes out and it's fucking Zuckerberg and Bill Gates on either fucking side of him. What is going on? What is happening? How is this even possible? Okay? And now he's talking about vaccines and gene editing, and Trump didn't do anything. He didn't throw a fucking drink in his face. Melania didn't get up and start like grounding and pounding. What the fuck? Every day. Every day. And you could say that the Epstein stuff is, you know, is sort of the first thread that truly got pulled, right? Yeah? That started this unravel, but man, it's going like fucking gangbusters right now. It's so, so good to see. Because eventually, my goal is not only do you guys like this song, but I want maggots to go, you know what? Hal Sparks is right. This might be my new favorite song. Because it's truer for maggots than it is for us. And that's saying a lot.
The screen glows bright with a crooked smile.
Hit the like, share the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow.